Summer is most definitely over, at least in my opinion. I'm very ready for fall, which also means summer game collecting is also over for me as well. And I'll be honest, I really didn't buy a lot of games over the past few months due to just kind of being overall really busy during the summer. I ended up not doing as much game hunting as I wanted, or at least not as much successful game hunting as I did in the haul previous, but I still had some fun pickups that I really wanted to share with all of you. Hi everybody, my name's Alex, aka Qualitea, and welcome back to the channel. So we have a big mix, mainly Steam games over the past few months, which is a big surprise. I found myself sitting at my PC a lot more for work-related things, which also meant that I ended up playing a lot more games at my desk. So we've got a lot of Steam as well as some Switch, DS, and Wii, and some non-actual game stuff too, which is what we're gonna start with. First things first, another wonderful present from the people at TomTalk. I actually had no idea I was getting this case. Usually I know when I'm about to get a case, but this one just kind of showed up out of the blue and it's kind of neat. So this is the bigger fancy case, which is really interesting. I didn't know they were coming out with this. This was kind of a big surprise for me, but it's really nice. So it takes the fancy case, which is their slimmest case. I actually just ran to go get one. So this is their fancy case. You know, it's really slim. This is the one that I use a lot. My matcha green one is like my absolute favorite, and I love this dark green one too. So this case is this, but a little bit bigger. It's still slim, but not too slim, so you can fit more stuff in it. And another comparison, I have a lot of TomTalk cases. If I get any more, I'm gonna have to do like a giveaway or something. I have so many, they've been so generous, but so this is still smaller than this big case. Oh, there it goes. So let's open this one up and see some of the main differences. Aside from the fact that this one doesn't have like a fabric-y outside, it's very squishy, it's very nice. That's pretty cool. I like the white. So this pocket on the inside is really similar to the bigger case. It kind of like snapshot like that. I don't think it's big enough for a Pro controller, but it is big enough for Joy-Cons and cords, which is kind of nice. It also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 12 game card slots, which is kind of nice. And then like the fancy case, it opens up and just has a nice kind of slim spot for it. I also like this. I think these are so you can make it smaller to fit the normal Switch, so it's a bit more snug of a fit. Because I think this is technically for the OLED, but I'm assuming you can use it for both. But it's pretty cool. I really like it. I like having 3 different sizes of TomTalk cases now, because now I can use them for what I need. Like, this would be a really good one for travel if you're planning on bringing extra Joy-Cons or just wanting to keep all of your cords in one case, I feel. So I don't know, I really like it. Again, this was a complete surprise. I didn't know they were coming out with this. I didn't know I was getting one. So thanks TomTalk, I'm really appreciative. It's really cool. I'm gonna get a charm to put on it like I have all of my other ones. The other thing I like about this one too is the strap. I don't know if you can really see it. It's really thick. Like it's really thick and very durable. So that's really cool. But yeah, so this is a neat case. I'm happy to add this to my ever-growing TomTalk collection. And yeah, it's super cool. So thanks again, TomTalk. Very neat. I like it a lot. Now for 2 more not game things, I have Amiibos. I have been going through like an Amiibo renaissance lately, and it's a little bit dangerous. So I'm really trying my best to only buy the ones that I want, but some of the ones that have come out and some of the ones that have just gotten announced, I am very interested in picking up. But I had to order these 2 when the pre-orders went on sale because it was right at the perfect time where I was about to start playing the game that they are from. And that is Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I now love these girls quite a bit. So for those who might not know, I have finished Xenoblade 2. I actually finished it almost a month ago. A video is coming, promise you that. Stay tuned for that because I have so many thoughts and emotions, but these 2 showed up at the exact right time. They literally came the day I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And it just kind of made the whole experience a little bit better. Like, oh, now I got them. I got them in my corner. But I think they're really good. When they first started shipping, a lot of people said that they had issues with the faces not looking okay. I think the paint on mine is pretty dang good. Overall, I think these are really nice Amiibos. I always get worried about the Xenoblade ones because, like Shulk with the swords, they're a little bit fragile, but I really like them. The other problem is Mythra's hair is so big that I can't put her on my shelf without her at constant danger of falling off. but I don't care. I really, really, really like them. Like the details on the sword, like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm really, really, really happy with these. So I did, of course, pre-order Noah and Mio from Xenoblade 3. The pre-orders went up for that recently after the direct. So it'll be nice to have a little Xenoblade Amiibo shelf. I'm really, really excited. But these two, very, very happy with. I'm glad that they ended up looking way better than I expected them to be, and I'm happy to have them a part of my collection. So let's move on to some Switch games. Only 2 Switch games. I played a lot more. Obviously, I was playing Xenoblade 2 for a long time. I finished up Tears of the Kingdom, so I only had really time to buy 2 of them, mainly because a lot of the new releases that I'm super excited for don't come out for another few months, or I guess we're getting down to weeks now for a few of them. But I wanted to kind of save my funds for those as opposed to buying new ones that I was only kind of interested in. But well, this one wasn't the case because I pre-ordered this and bought this immediately. And that is Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life. This is the main case for the game. It looks so nice and I really love it. Even just looking at the cover of this is just so nostalgic, and I adore this game. I'm still playing through it. I finally made it to year 2. It's been taking me way longer than I really anticipated, only because I was playing it alongside Xenoblade 2 and got very enthralled with that for a while. So I ended up kind of putting Story of Seasons to the back burner, and you know, it happens when you're playing multiple games at once, but I love this game. So to give a brief overview of the game, this is a remake of the GameCube games A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, and it's a pretty true to form remake. Honestly, the world looks so pretty now and the characters look so good, but the mechanics are pretty much still the same. It does have a few quality of life things, of course, such as having a really nice character creator, being able to marry whoever you want regardless of your chosen gender. It's just really nice, but the story is the same. So unlike other Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons games, this game actually focuses on raising your family over the years. So every time there's a year, it actually skips a few years into a different stage of life for your family. So the first year, you move onto the farm by yourself. At the end of the year, you fall in love and marry somebody. The next year, you're raising your kid as a toddler. Then the next year, your kid's a kid, and so on and so forth. It's really nice. It's something I always loved about the original, just how interesting it was to see a farming sim from that perspective. In a lot of farming sims, we only ever get to the point where if you have a kid in a farming sim, they kind of just stay like an infant forever, which is fine, but it's kind of nice to see this. And A Wonderful Life is actually what the creator of Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons had in mind for the series, and I just think it's so wonderful. I adore this remake a lot. Of course, there are some things that I'm not as happy about, such as some of the name changes, namely the town. It used to be Forget-Me-Not Valley, which I thought was a great name. Now it's Forgotten Valley, which is like, whatever. Aside from that, this game is still so lovely. I love some of the extra scenes and just, it's so nice. It's been a great come home and play it at night kind of game for a few days, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But not only did I just get the base game, I got the premium edition. Now, the premium edition doesn't come with much. It comes with the game and like a cloth poster and a goat plushie, which I will get to in just a second, but it's really nice to have the box. Again, I really love this game, so I splurged, and it was only $10 more to get the premium edition, so I have no qualms whatsoever. So here is the cloth poster. It has all of the marriage candidates as well as the 2 main characters in their kind of stock attire. And it's just so cute. It's the same art on the box itself, but I really love it. I don't have a place to hang it up, but I think at some point in time I might try to. And then of course, the goat plushie. I love getting the plushies from the Story of Seasons little pre-order bonuses. They're so cute. I have my strawberry cow from the Mineral Town one right there. And yeah, I love this little goat. The problem is he doesn't stand up super well. Kind of likes to tilt forward, but I love him anyways. But yeah, so most of my time that wasn't spent playing Xenoblade this summer, it was Story of Seasons. But that's not the only Switch game I ended up picking up. I also finally found a copy of this game, and I'd been kind of casually looking for it. It had been out of stock online for kind of a while, or just way too highly priced, and I found this spontaneously at a game store that I go to a lot. and that is Persona 5 Royal. I have never played a Persona game before, ever. Not 5, not 4, not 3, not any of them. So I am very excited to finally understand what the hype with this game is about. I know I would love it. I know I would absolutely love it. I love the soundtrack. I love the world. I am so excited to get into this game. And for being a secondhand copy, it honestly is pretty nice. Like, it was in really, really good condition. And the person who checked me out when I got this game was actually talking about how somebody came in the day before asking about Persona 5 Royal for the Switch. She was like, I didn't even know that there was a Switch version of the game. And then literally 2 hours later, somebody came in and turned this in. And I thought that was really funny. So I feel kind of bad for that guy that he's not getting Persona 5, but I lucked out and it was very, very inexpensive. So I'm really happy. This will probably be one of those games that I play relatively soon. I don't know. I have another backlog kind of video coming soon too, and you might see this in there. Just saying. Very happy to have Persona 5. So reading the quick description on the back, because I guess I don't really know the plot of Persona 5. You don the mask of Joker and join the Phantom Thieves of Hearts as they stage grand heists, infiltrate minds of the corrupt, and make them change their ways. I think just even that little snippet is a very, very good draw into the game. The nice thing about the Royal version too, it has all the downloadable content, which is why it is the ideal version. I'm so glad we finally got it on Switch, like last year? It took way too long. So very happy to have this as a part of my collection. I know I'm gonna love it. Turn-based RPG, very cool aesthetic, fun characters. I'm so excited to get to this one. We'll move on to a Wii pickup next. So when I went on this last little game hunting spree before we kind of got more into the fall, I was ready to go big. Like, I was ready to get a bunch of stuff, really just, grow the collection a little bit more. And I didn't really find anything super duper well priced or anything that I was totally gunning to get. But I saw this game for a pretty decent price at one of the game stores I was at and figured, you know what, now is the time. And that is Kirby's Epic Yarn. I never had this game. I've played this game. I love this game. I never owned it for myself though. Never, ever, ever. And again, really, really good copy. Very clean, no scratches. I do still have to take the little price tag off of it, but really nice. This is one of my favorite Kirby games. I just think the aesthetic is so cute and the music is so sweet. It's so sweet. Now, I was debating between getting this or the 3DS version, but given that the 3DS version of Kirby's Epic Yarn was actually the last Nintendo published game released for the 3DS, I'm pretty sure, it's stupidly expensive. And I also thought that if I wanted to play this with others, which I think is my favorite way to play Epic Yarn, I'd much rather have it on the Wii. It was great and it was a good price. So I'm very, very happy with this acquisition into the Wii collection. I didn't really expect to get it, but I can't complain. So this game is just full of yarn. Yarn Kirby, yarn Prince Fluff, yarn enemies, yarn moves. It's all yarn. It's all yarn. And I really, really love it. So it's kind of your basic Kirby fare. You're going through these different worlds in order to, take down the baddie and turn everybody back from being yarn. I think that's the story. I really can't remember. I'm not doing a very good job with these story synopsises, but that's okay. But yeah, I always thought this game controlled really, really, really well. And again, it's a really fun co-op experience. The yarn moves are adorable and just feel really nice to use. So I'm excited to give this a try again when I get the chance. Next, we have a game that is honestly, I'm surprised I let myself buy. This DS game had such weird hype about it for a long time, and it had nothing to do with the game featuring the same character that's coming out next year. And I don't know why this game got so expensive. Is it because of YouTubers? Maybe, possibly. But this game started to range between the 70 to 130 range. And that is Super Princess Peach for the freaking Nintendo DS. Why did it get so expensive? I don't understand. I lucked out and got my copy for $62. And the fact that I'm even saying that Super Princess Peach, which I remember seeing in bargain bins at Toys R Us before Toys R Us went bankrupt, for $62, I can't believe that. So this is a weird game. The entire thing is, you're Peach and you're saving Mario, which is great, but the whole kind of attacking dynamic all has to do with Peach's emotions, which I think is kind of funny in a way, but it's just, I don't, they couldn't come up with anything else. I really don't know. Not only that, but the graphics in this game don't look super good in my opinion. Like, I know DS wasn't this graphical monster, but like, I don't know. There was a reason I didn't pick up this game as a kid. I remember walking through like Best Buy and GameStop and my mom being like, don't you want the Princess Peach game? Me being like, no, it doesn't look very good. But now as an adult with more money, I decided to finally get it. Do I have regrets? No, I guess not, but I did find the story of picking this up really interesting. So I got this from a more local game store, and usually they're kind of overpriced in a lot of their games, but this one was like a steal at the time. This was price charting for about $120 at that point in time, so I was shocked to find it for that low. So they had two copies. They had this one and then another one. So I asked them to open the glass for me, get Super Princess Peach, and the person hands me the other one. And so I pay for it. I don't really get to look at it because she kind of takes it back to the counter for me and is like, oh, puts it in the bag. So I get to the car and I look at it, and things were wrong. So for one thing, the label, as you can see, the label here, it's pretty clear, like you can see Peach's face. The other one looked like it was kind of a cheap 3D print that you would get with like a McDonald's toy in the early 2000s. Everything just didn't look right. So that tipped me off immediately. Then I looked at the manual, same kind of deal. It was a reproduction manual. And then I looked at the game, and surprisingly, the game was actually authentic. But for $62, I did not want a reproduction label. So I went back in and just, very nervously was like, hey, could I like look at the other copy and see if maybe it's not the reproduction thing? And she was like, oh no, I think that's just how the game looks, but yeah, let's take a look. And then, yeah, she pulled out this one. It was perfectly clean, really, really nice. She was like, oh, okay, and then put the reproduction one back in the shelf. So it was a little odd, but I'm glad I got the game that I actually paid for, because I would have been really, really bummed out if I had gotten home and noticed that the cover was all wonky. So I'm glad I was brave. But yeah, regardless, I think this is finally starting to go down a little bit, but even then, I'm kind of shocked that it was so expensive there for a little bit. I really don't know why, especially because it was before Princess Peach Showtime got announced. So I don't know, maybe this would be a good stream game. So who knows, we'll see, but a fun addition to my collection nonetheless. And now for a handful of Steam games. Again, this was a big summer for Steam, so I don't know. But first up, we have Pico, which is this adorable cat tea simulator, and I love it a lot. I have been waiting for this game from Kitten Cup Studios for a while. It was announced in a Wholesome Direct maybe 2 years ago, and cats and tea are an immediate win for me, so I was ready. I was ready. So I ended up picking up this game and playing it on stream for a little bit, and it's so cute. It's still in early access, so there are a few bugs here and there, but it's really sweet. The characters are cute and have very big personalities, and again, it's just really relaxing sitting there making tea, learning a little bit more about tea. As my name implies, I am a big tea fan, so it was really, really nice, because not only was it just a nice thing to play with my community, but I got to talk about tea more, and it was really nice. So I'm really excited for when the full game of this is released, because it looks like it's just gonna be really, really, really fun. Another cute indie game is Sticky Business. This took me by surprise at this year's Wholesome Direct. Never did I think that I'd want to open a sticker business so badly. But this game is also adorable. In it, you are a small business owner and making your own stickers with a variety of different designs. As your shop grows and you complete more orders, you can make your shop even better by adding little goodies into your packages or getting more sticker designs. It's so nice. I remember coming home from a really, really stressful day of work and just sitting at my computer, plopping down, being like, I gotta make stickers. I need to make stickers right now because I can't do anything else. And it was just such a good way to decompress. There's really nice lo-fi music playing in the background too, and it's just so good and so nice, and I really, really like that game. I haven't finished it. There is actually a story end, I suppose, so I'm gonna have to do that so I can add it to my games completed in 2023 list, but I really, really like it. It's so cute, and the art style's nice, and I don't know, it's just a really relaxing time, and I really recommend, even if you're somebody who doesn't like cozy games, or it just doesn't usually play cozy games, it's just a good way to decompress. And there's also Twitch integration too, so for any of my streamer friends out there, it's really fun. You can have people in your community order stickers, and it's cute. It's a good time. I really like sticky business. This next game was actually made by somebody in my community, which I think is so incredible that I know so many talented people and that the internet has kind of brought me together with them. So cool. So this game was gifted to me in exchange for a stream, and it was such a fun stream. Red Genie by my dear friend Officer Demicky, and it's a really cool RPG with a really interesting weapon mechanic. So you have access to all of these different weapons that you can swap throughout the game during battle that will give you different effects. So what you have to figure out mid-battle is what weapon is actually effective against these enemies, because not everything will be, and if you're using the wrong weapon type, you will be there for a while and probably get your ass kicked a little bit. Not only that, but Officer Demicky made such fun, good, very like homey RPG music to go with it. Like, it's so nostalgic for being a new game. This game is definitely a callback to older RPGs anyways in terms of the art style and the story, but it's so cool and so fun. I was like, oh, I'll play this on stream for like a little bit, for just a few hours. I wanted to keep going so badly before I swapped over to something else. It was such a fun time, and I'm just very grateful to know many talented people. So if that sounds interesting to you, go check it out. It's on Steam. It's really fun. It's really fun. I really appreciate it and like it, and I think other RPG fans will too. Now, a game I haven't played, but it was gifted to me by my wonderful mod, Shirezu, Milo and the Magpies. It's a cute little puzzle game where you are a cat trying to find your way home through a city, and it just seems really nice. I haven't played a ton of it, but the art is really pretty. Everything looks kind of like a painting that you're trying to navigate your way through. It seems really nice. I'm really excited to give it a try. That'll probably be another kind of cozy one-off Steam day, in my opinion. And it's not very long either, I believe, but it seems really cute. I think there has to be something that goes on with the magpies. I think they're why you got separated from home, but I'm not totally positive. So I'm really excited to dive into that one as well. And for the final game of this list, and no, it is not Baldur's Gate, that'll be on another list. But this game I saw on the internet like 2 days before I bought it. I had never heard about it. I didn't know it was coming. I didn't know anything about it. One YouTuber that I really like was playing it, and I was like, this doesn't really seem like something I would like. It seems like something I would have liked in high school, but not so much now. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Have you ever wanted to play a role-playing game, but it was a musical? Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, is like one of my favorite little games of this year so far. It was so good that I still don't even know what to think about it. It took me by complete surprise. So in Stray Gods, you are Grace, who is going through kind of a rough patch in her life, who suddenly, by crazy circumstances, gets turned into the final muse. But you're also charged for murder because the last muse showed up at your doorstep, stabbed to death. So that happened. So as the final muse, you have the power of song and drawing out people's emotions by making them sing. And the soundtrack of this game is incredible. Oh my gosh. I have listened to the Stray Gods soundtracks. And yes, I say soundtracks for a reason. We'll get to that in a second. For like weeks on end. Only recently have I stopped only listening to that soundtrack while driving in my car. Like, it's so good. So the reason there are soundtracks is because depending on the choices you make in song, you get different songs based on that. And not only is it like, oh, well, you either get 1, 2, or 3 songs. No. Every decision changes the course of the song. So really, you have dozens upon dozens of variations of these songs. So how they did the soundtracks is they have 3 main soundtracks where it's, if you go down one path, that kind of suits one personality type, because that also plays effect into the game as well. But they also have the Pantheon edition that has some of the more remixes of some of the songs, but even then there are so many different combinations of songs to discover. There's also romance, friendship building, and yeah, Greek gods, and they're all hot, so it's great. I love this game a lot. I ended up staying home sick one day and I just needed a pick-me-up, so I just said, screw it, I'm gonna buy this game, and I'm so glad I did. I didn't expect it to leave such a lasting impact on me. Also, this voice cast is like star-studded. You have Laura Bailey, you have Ashley Johnson, you have Troy Baker, you have so many cool and good people in this cast, and they are all so talented at singing, and it's just, I love this game a lot. I've been waiting to talk about this game for weeks. I've been so excited for this haul video for Stray Gods specifically. I really recommend, even if you're not a musical person, if you're a role-playing person, this is such an interesting way to go about a role-playing game. And every experience is really personalized. The story is also just really good, so I have nothing but praises for this game, in my opinion. And I urge you to look at all of the romanceable candidates and tell me what one you think I went for. Because it's kind of tough because all of them, as I said, are very hot. So yeah, but I want to hear your guesses. That was my summer haul. As I said, I didn't really have a lot, especially in comparison to the last haul video that I did, but I'm really happy with all of my pickups. They all felt like they meant something as opposed to just me buying a bunch of games just to, you know, fill a quota or cross things off of my list. They were all very bought with intent, or they were gifted to me, which was even more special. The fall haul will be a lot bigger already, I can tell you that, with the games that are coming and games that I have already bought in the fall. Yeah, I might not have restrained myself in terms of buying games as much as I did over the summer already, but that'll come at the end of the season. I like doing these seasonal hauls. I think they're an interesting way to kind of hold myself accountable for the money I spend. But anyway, that is it for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more from me, but you're not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. I have a lot to say about video games and all of those things, and I'd love to have you here for it. As I said, a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 video is coming out, a backloggy kind of video is coming out, and expect lots of fall content as well. I'm a nutcase when it comes to fall, so expect that as well. And also, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd also super appreciate that too. But until the next time, everybody, goodbye.